Check, 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 check. Checking in, checking out, checking up. Hello, friends! It is Nomad Brad coming to you from my box truck. We're doing it live on a Wednesday, April 1st. But this live stream is no joke. No April Fool's jokes here today, friends. We are live. And in tonight's video, I'm going to be covering with all you folks the process I use for determining stealth camping locations. And so that's what we're going to do. I think it'll be helpful for a lot of folks who are maybe new to the lifestyle or thinking about becoming a nomad. Also for folks that have been nomads for a while, sometimes it's just kind of cool to see how other people find spots to stay the night and, you know, just kind of what their thought process is. So whether you're an aspiring nomad or an old nomad, I think there'll be some good info here in tonight's video. So let's get into it. See, we got a lot of folks here in the chat early tonight, talking and chatting and dropping some knowledge. We got Doreen in the chat. First comment, happy Wednesday from Connecticut. We got Sally Berry in the chat. We got Adventures with Super Dave. Super Dave's been checking out Diana's shuttle bus. She's currently got that for sale. Pretty good price on that. Who else we got? Dino Might in the chat. What's up, Dino? Happy to have you here. Of course, Diana Saylor, our trusty, faithful moderator. I believe she is still trying to sell her shuttle bus. Is that true, Diana? If there's a way for folks to learn more about it, I don't know if you put up an ad for it or something, but be happy to help you try to sell that shuttle bus. We got HBA Dave in the chat. What's going on, Dave? Happy to have you here. It looks like E-Bike Van Life might be in the chat. Alice Gunn. What's up, E-Bike? Hope you're doing well today. Hope you got that mini split up and running. Hoping you're cooling right along. It's currently, it's a little cooler today in Yuma, Arizona. Currently 82 degrees outside. Sitting at about 78 in the box truck. Feeling comfortable, feeling cozy. Been loving my mini split. It's been keeping me cool. Even on the days where we've had 105 degree temperature, box has been very comfortable, very cool. I'm happy with it. We got Tim Cox here. We got Charlie Pepin. Says he's got an excellent view of the launch. I saw something on the news about NASA. They're sending up a rocket or something. I don't know. Hope it all works out. Diana Saylor sent 5 Nomad Bread gift memberships. Thank you, Diana, for your generosity. I appreciate it. We got Bella in the chat. We got Robert. Captain Meh. We got Captain Meh in the chat. Happy to have you here, Captain. Olivia Starr is here. Happy to have you in a live, Olivia. Welcome, 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 man. We got Kristen here. Says hi from AJ and I watching on the road again this week. Happy you guys are on the road, moving around, shaking it up. Jack Smarts is here. All right, let's dive into it. I want to, really quick, I want to tell you guys, everyone that I sent keychains out to last week, these little packages, it turns out, allegedly, I didn't even think about it. I just ordered these little envelopes on Amazon because they fit the keychains really nicely. However, allegedly, they're too small to send in the mail or something, so I had to buy bigger envelopes to put these smaller envelopes into, and then I bought labels so I could like print them out because handwriting all the names has been time consuming. Anyway, so I got a label printer running. Shout out E-Bike Van Life, he gave me that label printer. So I have labels now and I have new envelopes, so I'm repackaging all the keychains and I'm going to send them out this week. So they are delayed, however they are coming to you, so I appreciate your patience. And if you were expecting a keychain this week, now you should expect it next week. So sorry about that, but they are on their way. So if you guys have questions as we go through this, feel free to drop them in the chat and I'll try to address those questions. And so here's what's going on. I'm still in Yuma, Arizona, but I'll be leaving in a couple weeks, heading west to California. Ultimately, we are going to Costa Mesa, California. That is where Tiny Fest will be held. So let me pull up a screen capture here, and give me 1 second. 1 second. Let me find this window here. Let me pull up my Google Maps here and we'll get into it. Bear with me. Right here. Here we go. Okay, so we got that, and then let me put my window above. Let me see if I can, oops, make it smaller. Oh, it's gonna give me trouble. Okay, let me try the webcam instead. Hold on, guys, hold on. As always, we are, we're going down the road of navigating the technology. And it's always, it's never quite what you think it's going to be. So here we are. Just a little picture of me up in the corner just so you can see who you're talking to. Keep you guys company here. Okay, screen capture. Here is my window for Google Maps. Okay, cool. So hopefully you guys can see that. And so what I'm going to walk you guys through is, oops, I'm at this camera now, not that camera. Okay, here we go. Looking at the webcam. So what I'm going to be walking you guys through is just my process for finding stealth camp locations. And I'm pretty sure I've been to Costa Mesa, but I just haven't, I haven't really spent a lot of time there. So we're going to see, let's see, Tiny Fest. We're going to see what's out there. tinyfest.events. Let's pull up their website. Let's see where the event is located. I think it's at Get Tickets. I think it's at the fairground. OC Fair and Event Center, Costa Mesa, California. Okay, so let's try to drop that. Now, by the way, if you guys don't know, Tiny Fest is just a meetup. It's like an expo for tiny living. So if you guys want to tour, just all kinds of different build outs and vehicles. They have like vans and RVs and trailers. Also, they have like the regular tiny houses that they build onto trailers. So all kinds of tiny living is on display. So if you guys want to come out to that, I will be there Saturday and Sunday, and I'll be showing off the rig. So if you guys want to walk through the rig and just see what it feels like, what it looks like in person, then Tiny Fest is the place to do that. So I'll invite all you guys out. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to go in Google Maps and we're going to put in our destination, which is the OC Fair and Event Center, which is right here in the heart of Orange County. All right, let me check the chat real quick, make sure you guys are good. Tax Intense says, good luck, lived in OC for 30 years and they're strict. I'm sure they are. It's so much paid parking lots. Okay, cool. All right, so here we go. So we're in the maps here on Google. Let me see. You guys can see that. Yes, you can. I'll zoom in a little bit. So this is ultimately where the event is being held. County of Orange Fairgrounds. They kind of backwards to the name there, but so. What I want to do is I want to find parking that's in the area, yet, not too far away, but also I want to find something that looks pretty chill, pretty laid back. And so my go-to, and I would say for any vehicle dweller, if you want like just the best chances at finding a spot that's low-key, where you can stay and nobody really hassles you, and you don't have to worry about getting the knock. The best thing I have found in all my experience is commercial. So it's pretty easy on Google. Right now we're using Google Maps. You can do this on a smartphone or you can do this on a desktop. I'm on a MacBook right now. And so it's really easy. If we zoom out a little bit, you can see right above the OC Fair and Event Center, there's all these little buildings and streets. And so that's, all this stuff up here, that's clearly residential, right? You can zoom in, you can see the swimming pools, you can see the rooftops. So that's all residential. I don't want to stay in residential. I don't want to disturb anybody's peace while they're at home. But if you zoom out and you see, excuse me, we're looking for big rooftops. That's going to be our commercial. So if we look to the right here, you can see now we have all these big white squares. So those are all like office buildings and just different types of commercial real estate. So that's usually my go-to for finding spots to park. So I'm just gonna kind of zoom in, see what we got going on. And so what I'm looking for is a side street. I don't want to be on like a main highway. I don't want, 2 lanes of traffic each direction. So right away, coming from the event center, which is right over here, right here, OC Fair, we can see over here, here's the white buildings. So it looks like Red Hill Avenue. That's kind of the main road going through. So if we could find some type of a side street coming off of that. And another cool thing is sometimes on Google Maps, you can see trucks, like semi-trucks and RVs actually parked on the street. So we're just gonna take a look at it at the satellite view. And so right here, I can see on Pullman Street, right? If we zoom in, I can see right here, there's like a semi-truck parked up, and then there's a bunch of cars in front of it, there. So that might be a spot to consider. So usually what I'll do is I'll pick like 3 or 4 spots and kind of just have those in mind. And then you really don't know for sure until you actually physically drive to those spots, because once you're there, then you can see if there's any signage or anything. But one other thing we can try to do is we can try to do the street view. So if I go and let me see, can you guys see this? You guys can't see this. Let me pull you up a little bit. Let me zoom out on this so you guys can see the full screen. Hold on a minute. Here we go. Okay, so in the bottom right of Google Maps, there's this little man icon. This little, let me see if I can zoom in. This little orange guy. And so we can click him and we can drag him right over to this Pullman Street. So I'm gonna click on him, I'm gonna drag him over, and I'm gonna try to drop him right here by that semi-truck. And that'll take us to a 3D street view. Look at that. There's Pullman Street. So the cool thing is it's right by a car dealership. There's Lucid. And then sometimes you can see if there's signage. So now if we scroll over, we can see there's a bunch of electric vehicles parked up, but look how many cars are on this street, right? So obviously street parking is okay. The only thing we don't know is just whether or not they're going to allow like overnight street parking, right? But you can use your little arrow here. You can click forward and it'll actually zoom you forward down the street. And so what I'm doing right now is I'm looking at the right side of the street and I'm looking for no parking signs. Look at this Dodge Caravan here. That's kind of out of place. There's no solar. It doesn't look like a camper, but it's a little out of place. There could be someone staying in that. So we're just going to keep zooming down the street and I'm looking on the right. I don't see any signs that say no parking. Usually there would be something posted up, by the curb here that would say like no parking, or they would say the hours where parking is allowed, but I don't see anything. So to me, this looks like a pretty good spot. It should be, it looks like it's a little bit by the freeway, but this is just a spot where I would want to stay, maybe for a couple nights. Maybe I would stay here the night before Tiny Fest, that type of thing. Let's see, there's one sign here. What does this say? Here we go. Here's our sign. See that? Look how cool that was, pulling that up in Google Maps. Oh, you can't see it. Hold on. Right there. So if you see that sign on the street post, it says no parking commercial vehicles over 5 tons. A ton is 2,000 pounds. So that's 10,000 pounds. So the GVWR on my rig is 14,000, but I don't know if that's saying what the GV is or what your actual weight is. Anyway, so there's a sign. Technically, it says commercial vehicles over 5 tons, no parking. So there we go. Now we know there is technically, let me zoom out a little bit. There is technically a sign there that says they might not want us. So we'll still think about that spot. and then we'll go and see what else we can find. But it's pretty cool to be able to use that Google Maps Street View to actually zoom in on the spots. It's a city ordinance. Well, that's, and I totally believe that, right? I'm sure there's a city ordinance. But what the city wants you to do and what you can actually do are usually two different things. I'm sure there's also, let's see. So what do we got? 3 hours away. Google Maps is pretty cool. I agree. Why not just find a truck stop? Yeah, you could look for a truck stop. Yeah, I'm definitely going to weigh my vehicle, by the way. There is a scale. There's a cat scale right here in Yuma. So I am going to take it in, I think, this weekend. I might even include that in Sunday's video. I'm going to take it through the scales. I've actually never done I've never done an actual official scale for my vehicle. I've just taken it through the dump. The dump has a scale system, and so I got a rough weight estimate back when I was in Sholo last summer. But I am going to take it through the scales before I leave, so I'll have a better idea of what I weigh. So let's go back to Google Maps and let's see what else we can find. Let's go down here and see if we can find a little more commercial. See if we can find a little more commercial. I mean, definitely out of all the places, California is the most difficult spot to find street parking. They do have a lot of restrictions in general. The whole state has restrictions. And real estate is at a premium. Just every inch of the area, everything they got paid parking and paid lots. And so in general, California is locked down pretty good. But the other thing to consider is, I would just be pulling in the evening, staying overnight, and then pulling out in the morning. So it's not like I'm going to be setting up shop, for several days and, cooking burgers on the curb or anything. So I'm just going to be kind of in and out. But now I'm just scrolling through, looking for more commercial, looking for some side streets. Gillette Avenue. This is like apartment complexes or something. Let's go up here. Armstrong Avenue. And so I'm going to try to zoom in, look for trucks on the street. Reynolds Way, Kaiser Avenue. So this is kind of cool. This is like kind of some mid-size commercial. Let's check out this Kaiser Avenue. Let's see what they got going on. So we're gonna pick up the man again, drop him down, see what it looks like. There's a little Econoline right there hanging out. There's a big truck right there. If you guys can see that, yeah, Blue S, Blus, I don't know. Let's see, let's scroll down. What does this say? No, that's just telling you about the property. They'll probably say no unauthorized access or something. Let's scroll down, see if we can find anything anything posted, any signage that's posted that says no parking. So I see a lot of trucks on the side of the road. I don't see anything here. What else is nice too is, the cool thing about parking in commercial or any of this like business center type stuff is usually the activity is pretty much within like typical business hours. So like Monday through Friday from 8 to 6, all these cars are going to be parked on the side of the road. But usually after 6 p.m. and then on the weekends, it's going to be pretty light because all these people are going home. They're doing all their regular, weekend stuff and evening stuff. So this street should be pretty cleared out during the weekend. But as I scroll down here, I don't see any signs restricting parking. And I also saw that big semi that was parked on the side of the road. So this looks pretty good. This is kind of a chill little business complex. This is also the type of place that I wouldn't really expect like a police officer to be patrolling, because that's the other thing is it's like, okay, say there's a city ordinance that says, you know, no parking in the city, but ultimately it's going to come down to law enforcement to enforce that. And so the only way you're going to get a ticket is either if somebody calls in, you know, hey, there's a suspicious vehicle parked here, which in a business center in general, people aren't really on the lookout like they are in residential, because in business there's always vehicles coming and going, delivering, picking up, and a big white box truck, nondescript white box truck, kind of just blends in with all the other commercial vehicles that are doing business. So the odds are when you're parking in commercial like this, you're probably not going to have someone calling you in. So then the other option is the way that you might get in trouble would be if law enforcement, you know, just happens to be driving by and they have nothing better going on and they literally just want to write you a ticket, right? So what I like about this side street here, Kaiser Avenue, is it's just kind of out of the way. It's a small side street, and I don't know what the law enforcement patrols are, but I mean, I can't imagine they're really patrolling through here every night and then they're going to stop and check on every vehicle that they see come through. So I feel pretty good about that. This is a spot I would put in the bank right here, Kaiser Avenue, as a potential place to stay the night. Another cool thing, when I was in, let's see, where was I at? I was in California on my way up to Joshua Tree when I took my truck into the mechanic because the belt was squeaking. And so I ended up finding a good place to stay the night right next to my truck mechanic. So let me type in truck mechanic. And, you know, because the reality is when you take a vehicle in, a lot of times you end up parking it on the street or something while the mechanic's, you know, waiting to look at it, something like that. So if you're parked on the street outside of a mechanic, that's not, you know, that's not like out of the ordinary or something that's going to raise suspicion. So here's one right here, D's Automotive, H&A Auto. So there's a couple auto centers here, and it's not too far. The fairground is just right here. So you're talking about, I mean, maybe a mile away between OC Fair and Event Center and then D's Automotive. So we'll zoom in on D's. We'll take a look at that, and we'll drop the little man and just see how that's looking. So here it is. There's the mechanic right there. Here's kind of another little side street. Lots of vehicles parked up. Let's kind of just cruise down the street, see if we see any signage. Anything about no parking. And so I'm just looking on the sides for like official street signs. Like that first one we saw that said no vehicles over 5 tons. And so that's kind of the thing where you just kind of pick through, look at a few spots, and then you just want to choose the spot that feels like it's going to give you the least hassles. Let's come down here. We got an Econoline. Look at this. This looks pretty good. As we move up, here's some kind of a camper van right here. And then up here on the left, here's a bread truck that's parked up, right? And then if we go up a little more, look, here's a box truck right here on the left, a white box truck right here. So this looks pretty good to me. I would say this spot also looks super, Logan Avenue, this looks super, you know, looks like a pretty good place to try out. So there we go. Just, I mean, within the course of, 15, 20 minutes, we found two solid potential places that look pretty good where there's other vehicles parked on the street. And so that's, it's really not that hard if you have to find stealth camping if you have the proper tools. So that's exactly what I'll be doing when I come into Costa Mesa for Tiny Fest in a couple weeks. What I'll probably do is I'll stay the night somewhere outside the city, and then I'll kind of get a night spot picked out before I come into town. So like if let me zoom out a little bit. As far as my route in to Costa Mesa, I'm going to come in through Palm Springs. So right now I'm down here in Yuma, down at this little spot down here. And so I'm going to be taking Highway 8 west, and then I'm going to kick up across the west side of the Salton Sea, and that'll take me up through Palm Springs on Highway 10. And then that'll drop me down into Costa Mesa. So what I'll probably do is I'll probably stay the night somewhere up here off the 10, because once you're out of the city, like up here by Beaumont and stuff off the 10, it's going to be way easier. There's going to be a lot more spots to stay. So like even right now I'm looking at this Walmart and this Home Depot, and there's probably a spot I could park up here. Sun Lakes Village, even like this little cul-de-sac right here, that might be a good spot to stay the night. So I'll find a spot somewhere here off the 10, stay the night, and then I'll probably do that last leg of the journey, which might be, might be a couple hours or something, down into Costa Mesa. I'll probably do that like Saturday morning, and then just go straight to the convention center. Let me hop in the chat, see how you guys are doing. You hanging in there with me? How you guys doing? You guys have any questions? Anything you guys want to know about? We got a super chat from MGPCC67. Thank you so much. I appreciate the support. I appreciate it. Dinah Sailor says we're getting a heavy thunder and lightning storm in Kansas City, Missouri. Excuse me. Hope I don't lose internet. I hope you don't lose internet either. We got Mike Carpenter in the chat. He says, my AI Gemini said, look at 43rd Street. Gemini said it's more of a commercial area you might be able to park. Let's check it out. That's just another tool, right? Especially these days, AI is so crazy. So smart. So let's see what Mike Carpenter says. Let's look at 43rd Street. Let's see where that's at. Let's type in 43rd Street. That took me clear down to San Diego. That's not what we want. That's not what we want. Let's go back here. Where's 43rd Street? I need to search within this area. Let's see. 43rd Street, Newport Beach? Is that close? Oh yeah. Nah, that's not what we want. That's like right on the beach residential. That's no good. 43rd Street, Costa Mesa. I'm not sure, Mike. It's not showing me a 43rd Street in Costa Mesa, California. Not sure. The AI is smart, but we got to figure out how to hone it in. I'm not sure what it's talking about there. Anyway, pretty cool stuff. Also up here to the left, if we just kind of scroll up, you can see there's all this commercial just on the other side of the 405 freeway. There's just a bunch more up here. Hayden Avenue, Scenic Avenue. So there's lots of different places you can go. I really like these kind of side streets. Look at this one. There's a semi truck right there. South Shannon Street. Let's see what that looks like. I feel like the chances of getting busted on one of these really small commercial streets is almost zero. So there's a semi truck right there. This is actually pretty nice. This one says no parking in front of that sign. So no parking in front of it. What does this say? Here's a sign right here. Whoa. Oh, it's not gonna let me zoom in. Come on, man. No stopping, end no stopping, begin no stopping from 12 a.m. to 6 p.m. That's like some traffic stuff. That's for like the commute. So this looks pretty. I actually think I like this. What does this say? No stopping. Yeah, that's fine. I think I like this street more than any of the other ones, actually. This looks super quiet. Look at that. Here's a little camper van right there, a little Econoline, bunch of cars. So if we zoom out on this, Shannon Street, I really like how tucked away that is. I mean, you're really 4 streets away from any kind of a main intersection. The chances of someone coming in and patrolling all these little commercial side streets, I think, is pretty low. So that looks pretty good. I like Shannon Street. It's pretty simple, really, Pretty simple to find some good spots. Pretty simple. Linda Stellar says, hi from Eugene, Oregon. MGPCC67 says, if you need help, hit me up. Thank you. I appreciate it. I live in Lake Forest. Who's selling their buses? Diana. Our moderator, Diana Saylor, she's got a shuttle bus for sale. 25-foot, 6-window shuttle bus is what Diana's got. Pops says, hey, Brad, hope all is well. Do you use AI to find places to overnight park? Yeah, see, so I haven't in the past. I just like to use Google Map and just kind of search it out. You guys can see it's not too bad. Within 15 minutes, I found 3 different streets that look good. Eugene says, police are not messing with a box truck in Orange County as long as you stay by office buildings. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, guys. And that's why I like a box truck. People can debate whether or not it looks stealthy or how stealthy it looks. But I still feel like it looks like a commercial vehicle. I know there's an air conditioner and there's windows, but I'm still saying, I don't think it looks like a camper. Compared to a Sprinter conversion with like a brush guard and a max fan, that kind of stuff. I still think it's still pretty indescript. Oh, Diana dropped her email in the chat. So if you guys want to know about her shuttle bus that she is selling, you can email her. It's up there in the chat. I can't copy and paste from here, but let me see if I can I highlight this comment? Pin message. I can pin it. I pinned Diana's message with her email in it. If you guys want more info, you can email her. Real Cruz says, my box truck has been parked on the city street since October. People are trained to see it. Doubt they expect I'm in here on a couch. There you go, brother. Cruz is in his new home on wheels, chilling. John C. says, maybe you could bring some curb paint and paint on the curb where you park, reserved for Nomad Brad. There you go. What's your opinion about Slab City? Believe it or not, I've never been to Slab City. It's on the list. I've never been out there, so I have no idea. The thing is, those kind of places, you just got to go experience them for yourself, because you can look it up online and you'll find 10 videos about people telling you it's the worst place ever, and it's super dangerous, and then you'll find 10 videos from people that are like, it's awesome. So you just got to try it for yourself. What I will say is, in general, with van life and other nomads and stuff, typically the energy you put out is the energy that's returned to you. That's been my experience. So if you're just chill and nice to people and you don't have a sense of entitlement, then usually people are going to be cool with you. It's usually when you come into a place where you're like a new person and then you start having entitlement or, overstepping, traditional nomad boundaries that you get into trouble. And so I think if you're chill and friendly, you're probably going to be just fine. That would be my thought. Jack Smarts says, Brad, did you get my gift? You know what? I got some sporks in the mail. I didn't know who they were from, and so I'm assuming perhaps they are from Jack's Smarts. I did receive the sporks. If that was from you, thank you, sir. I did not request sporks. However, the universe decided I need some sporks, and so Jack Smart delivered them. So thank you very much, sir. I like it for my stews because the spoon gets the broth, but then with the tines you can stab the beef. So I like the spork. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. I even got guest sporks available. Marcus Allen says, "Do you have the Apex 300?" I do not. I sold my Apex 300. I don't have any use for it anymore. After the build is complete, I'm running the RV5. It's been great, and I do still have the Elite 100, just like a small emergency power station. I don't have the Apex. Mars says, "Are you really a nomadic person?" I have been, yeah. So this year's been a little bit off because I'm building a new home on wheels. So I've been in Arizona for most of the year, but every year before that, I've been a nomad, which just means I follow the good weather. So I've been usually spending summers on the West Coast, either California, Oregon, Washington, and then for winters I come into Arizona, New Mexico, Nevada. I spent one summer up north, very northern New Mexico with Nomad Dad and cousin Lonnie. We spent a whole summer traveling New Mexico. That was fun. So yeah, and I'll be traveling again now that the box truck is built out. I'm going up to the Pacific Northwest this summer. In fact, after I hit Tiny Fest, I will be making my way north. Linda Stellar says, which beach did you stay at in San Diego? I'll be visiting relatives who live on a skinny street. I need to park someplace for the night. So I want to caution people on staying in San Diego. Excuse me. I have a lot of videos where I stayed in San Diego in my box truck, in my last box truck. I stayed with a lot of friends, a lot of big box trucks. I parked on the street with Zach Zauler, who has a 35-foot like semi truck, and we never really had any issues. But this year it's been different. They've been enforcing the no parking stuff, and e-bike van life has been in San Diego for the past few months, and he's been fighting a lot of tickets and law enforcement. So in general, when I was in San Diego, it always treated me well, but it looks like things might be changing. So I don't want to mislead anybody to thinking that San Diego, is a great spot to stay. It's just gonna be one of those things that it just depends how enforcement changes, and you'll have to just figure that out for yourself. So I can't suggest any spots because I haven't been there in a while, and I don't know what's good and what's bad, and I don't want to lead anybody into a spot where they might get a ticket. Heaven on Wheels says, e-bike van life, thanks for the great work on my rig. Nomad Brad, thanks for shouting out A+ work. Awesome, I'm happy to hear it. Heaven on Wheels, perhaps you had the RV5 installed by e-bike van life. I know one of my subscribers was in Arizona and took her van out to San Diego to have an install done by e-bike van life. And so he's installed a few RV5s now. He did one for her. And he also installed an RV5 for Lydia Rico. So he's a good guy to work with and does good work. So if you're looking to have stuff done, he does all kinds of stuff. He can do build work. He'd help me do my rear split doors. So if you want to do folding doors or electrical or, you need help with plumbing. He just installed a mini split. So if you need a mini split, all kinds of stuff, e-bike van life can help you out with that. It said 43rd Street where you were just looking at. I didn't see it, man. I didn't see it. I mean, I'm sure it's in there. Oh, 43rd Street in Yuma. I gotcha, Mike. Yeah, I was looking for spots in Costa Mesa. I got no problem finding spots to stay in Yuma. Yuma is super laid back. Arizona in general is super laid back with vehicle dwelling, so it's never been a problem. But California is more of a challenge. So that's what I was looking at, was spots in Costa Mesa. If you want to ask your AI about a good spot in Costa Mesa, let me know. Let me know what it says. La Duena, what AC system do you suggest for a Ford Transit? Hot weather in Florida. So the biggest challenge with air conditioning is that you got to bring in enough solar to power it. And I can speak to this from experience, living in vehicles for 7 years, just being here in Yuma this summer, or this, I guess it's winter actually, but it's been unseasonably hot. But basically, if you're going to be in a vehicle, like doing van life stuff, you got to have sun whenever the AC's running, basically. You got to have sun every day. You can have a battery bank that's big enough to carry you through the night, but you have to have sun every day or you're going to deplete your battery bank and you're not going to be able to recharge it. So that's the challenge, because like in Florida, you'll get cloudy days. You'll get cloudy days where it's hot and humid and it's raining, and if the clouds cover the sun, you're going to be at an energy deficit pretty quickly. So, and with a Transit, you're going to have limited roof space. You'll be lucky to get 1,000 watts on the roof. The air conditioner you need is going to want to pull 1,000 watts per hour, so it's going to be tough. If you're trying to do AC in a Transit, I mean, I hate to say it, but you're probably going to need some kind of generator if you really want to keep it going. Exiles says try Coke truck parking Alton Parkway. Is that in Costa Mesa? Let's see. Let's go back to our OC Fair Center and let's go. What does he say? Koch truck. Alton Parkway. Alton Parkway. Irvine, California? Is that close? A little bit. Yeah, I mean, it's not terribly far. It's in the vicinity. Alton Parkway. Let's try that. Oh, that's by Blizzard Entertainment. Koch. Oh, Coke Truck Stop. Here we go. Where's this at? Right here. What is this? Coke Truck Stop truck parking. You probably got to pay for that. Parking garage in Irvine. $50 a night. So there you go. That's an option. You can park, stay overnight, $50 a night. So there you go. For me, like, I'm going to find that free street parking. But, if you're in a pinch and you want a spot where you don't have to worry about it, then, you could pay for that. Although I'm looking at Google Maps and, right down the street, there's a bunch of trucks just parked on the street. So, I mean, look at this. Daimler Street. You could probably just park here. This is literally right down the street from that Coke place. But look, let's zoom up. There's a shuttle bus. That's like a limo or something. That guy's outside having a smoke break. That's some kind of a transport. But yeah, I would just park on the street right here. Is what I would do. But yeah, if if you want a safe spot, you don't have to worry about it. You could try the parking center. You could totally do it. It's possible. Good info though. I appreciate that. Thank you. Coke truck stop. Uh, 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 Brad, when are you getting a puppy? You need a partner. Yeah, no kidding. I built the doghouse. I'm ready for a puppy. So as soon as I leave here, get out of Arizona after Tiny Fest, I'll start looking for a dog. Start looking for a dog after Tiny Fest. I'll see if I can find one in Cali. It might be a good spot. Might have a lot of options. Yeah, Exile says didn't see the ripoff rate. Oops. Yeah, I mean the reality is $50 a night. You got to keep in mind where you're at. You're in California, buddy. Everything's expensive. I have a friend. I have a friend that lives in his Sprinter. It's a diesel Sprinter, in LA, and he posted a picture on Facebook diesel because he can't run biodiesel. He needs number two diesel, and it was like $8.30 a gallon. I couldn't believe it. $8.30 a gallon for diesel. So he's freaking out. He's trying to because he has a job there in Cali at a warehouse or something. He's working a regular job. But he's trying to get out. He's trying to get out of Cali. It's just too damn expensive. But anyway, yeah, I mean, $50 a night it's cheap in Cali, right? I'm sure a hotel is probably minimum $150, and that's probably for like La Quinta Inn. Let's see what a hotel costs. I'm curious. I'm curious what they're charging for hotels. Let's see what we got for a hotel. Motel. Do they even have motels anymore? Let's see. Oh, this ain't too bad. Look at this. Right across from the convention center. What is this? $64. Get out. The Star Inn for $64. Holy cow. That's cheaper than that's cheaper than renting an apartment. Just rent an apartment, just rent a hotel for a month. Wow, I'm surprised. I figured it'd be 150 minimum. Here's Best Western, 115 a night. That looks nice. Best Western, 4 stars. 115 a night. OC Hotel, 101 a night. I can't believe how cheap. They must be so down bad on travelers that they're just hurting for people to rent hotel rooms. Get an English sheepdog. I'm getting a small dog, dude. I can't have a fur monster in here. E-bike van life says 650 in San Diego. That's a pretty good price, man. Actually, diesel is more expensive in Yuma, which I can't even comprehend that. But it was like 680 or something for diesel here in Yuma. Irvine is no joke. Our property values are through the roof. The police here defend us. Yep, the police defend us. Get a Shih Tzu? Can a queen size Murphy bed fit in that box truck? Yeah, yeah. I got a full size. A queen is only like 6 inches wider. Might be a little bit longer, but yeah, you can fit a queen in here, no problem. I think E-Bike Van Life has a queen mattress in his box truck, and he's got the elevator bed. No problem. No problem, man. If you try to stealth camp, live stream it so we can see you talk to the police. You guys are dramatic. I gotta say, if I do get the knock, though, I will film it for sure. When I go to bed, when I'm stealth camping in California, I'm gonna go to bed with my camera, like on the tripod with the microphone ready to go. So if I get that knock, I just grab the camera, turn it on, and we'll see what the 5.0 has to say. So I will definitely capture that footage. $64 is screaming cockroaches. And make sure it's per night, not per hour. That's a valid point. Hampton Inn on Lake Forest at the 5 freeway is the best deal. There you go. Hampton Inn, affordable excellence. Let's go. Yeah, I'm getting a Boston Terrier for my dog. I've had 2 of them. I had one when I was a kid growing up on a farm, and then I had one once I started my own business back in like 2011. They're great dogs. I love them. So that's my breed. That's it. That's what I stick to. They're super fun. They're small and compact, but they're really muscular and energetic. So I could take my Boston on like a 7-mile hike, and it's no problem for them. They can handle it, no sweat. They got tons of energy, tons of endurance, but they're small, so they're easy. You just pick them up, you toss them in the box truck. They don't shed too bad. They do shed. They're not. They do shed a little bit, but their hairs are really small, like eyelashes. They don't like really embed into everything. Like, they have hair, not fur. So like the furry dogs, like huskies and stuff that have the undercoats, those dogs get pretty crazy with the hair. But the Boston's pretty manageable. So I'm really happy with that breed. And so I'll get another one. Definitely getting a girl dog. I've always had girl dogs. They've always treated me well, and they don't pee on stuff. So the problem I have with boy dogs, even when you get them fixed, is they want to pee on stuff. They want to pee on your tires and, pee on the walls and stuff. So we're not gonna play that game. Not in the box truck. John C says, I can pretend to be a dog for a live stream. Oh boy. Oh boy. I don't even know how that would work out, John, but I appreciate the commitment. Doug Berg says, in the process of installing a 12-volt roof AC on my Class C, 300 to 500 watts. I'll let you know how it goes. Yeah, let me know, Doug. I've never heard of an air conditioner that performs well that uses 500 watts. Some of them in eco mode might maybe do 500, but dude, I installed a high-end Velvet AC, let's see, air conditioner in a Sprinter for a lady, and it was 50 amps. What is that? Let's see, 50 amps at 13 volts. That's 650 watts. So I installed the 12-volt Velvet AC on a Sprinter. It was 50 amps, which translates to 650 watts. But, it was a small unit. It was like 8,000 BTUs, which, for a van, that's fine. It's not going to really... I mean, I got 12,000 in the box truck, and I wouldn't want less than that. But, it's all up to interpretation. So, if you had, a transit, some kind of a small van, the problem is, if you put on a rooftop AC, you're going to lose a bunch of room that you would use for solar. So you really don't want to do a rooftop air conditioner if you're going to try to power it with solar. It's just, everything is trade-offs, man. It's crazy. It's really crazy, but it's like, you got to have the whole roof for solar. If you put a big AC up there, you cut your solar space in half. And then even if your air conditioner is only 500 watts, you might only be able to fit 500 watts on the roof because those air conditioners are big. They take up a lot of space. And, it sounds good on paper, but it just doesn't pencil the way you'd want it to. I wish it did. I wish it was easier, guys. I really do. I don't want to try to, get down on you guys, but it's just the way it is, man. It's tough. Even me in this rig, I had a couple days where my battery went low because we got a few cloudy days. In fact, yesterday here in Yuma, it got cloudy, and I had to run the AC all day because it was still 90 degrees out. And plus I'm doing my cooking, running the Instant Pot and doing everything else I do. And by the time I woke up the next morning, my battery bank was down at like 40%. And I didn't even get fully charged up because of how far down the battery bank went. And I got 2,000 watts on the roof. So it's just, it's tough, man. It's really tough. It's tough to do AC with solar. AC is super energy intense. Melody Hart says Boston Terriers are what we used to call wash and wear dogs. They have smooth coats that never needs to be trimmed. Yeah, that's a cool thing about a Boston. You never have to give them cuts or trims. They don't have undercoats. They just have short little like eyelash type hairs. I love them. I've had two of them. I'm speaking from experience. They've been great choices. So I'll be getting another one for sure. I had a German Shedder. That's a good name for it, German Shedder. Maybe you can find a rescue at a shelter. There's a. I'm not even gonna read that comment, nor Elia, but it's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. Uh, some. I love it. How's the Blue Eddy generator system doing? It's doing good. I haven't used the generator. Here at Nomad Dads, I can plug in if I need to. So the real test will be once I hit the road and start traveling. I don't have any safety net. I can't just plug into shore power. So that'll be the real test. You guys will get a lot more. The content, has been pretty lame on my part as far as like I haven't really been able to show fully the reality of van life because I've been, living at my dad's building this box truck. So I haven't been out doing it. I mean, I have in the past. I mean, 7 years, man. But this last year, I've just been in easy mode doing building. So I'll have a lot more fun videos of me actually living and experiencing the lifestyle firsthand. And I'll be bringing those to you guys once I hit the road. Just a couple weeks away. Just a couple weeks away. Oh yeah, that's a good point. Jack Smart says people are going to have to put a lock on their gas cap. People are going to start siphoning gas. That's a good point. I have a locking gas cap, but I don't have a key for it. So I need to get that situation figured out. I wonder if I took it to a locksmith if they could make me a key. Wonder if they could do that. I should try to find out. But yeah, I should have a locking gas cap. You know what I would prefer is if I could have like an exploding ink packet. So like when they twisted it open, it would just blow a bunch of ink in their face. That'd be kind of funny. I'd be laying in bed at night and I would just hear poof. Olivia Starr says my 48 volt out equip pro is 11,000 BTUs. That's pretty good. 438 watts, 9 amps. Well, 48 volts, yeah, could be. Could be, definitely at 48 volts. I'm locking up my video feed. Sorry about that. I'm on Starlink. Blame Elon Musk. Exiles says AI has told him box truck street parking in Orange County, California is strictly regulated. Wow, we're not gonna worry about the regulations, my man. We ain't gonna worry about regulations. E-bike van life. Ted says hurry up and find a pup. It's on the list, brother man. The short list. Pup is coming in hot. So I definitely want to try to get one in Cali before I really head out on adventures. So I will start putting the wheels in motion once I get on the road. Right now I got a lot of other stuff going on, but as soon as we hit the road, we're going to put it in full motion, find a pup. I might even ask you guys if you could help out a little bit. We'll collectively put focus our energy on finding a Boston Terrier for Nomad Brad. We'll make it happen. We'll make it happen. Yeah, Ted's a chill dog. I'm sure he'd be cool with a puppy. I'm sure he'd be cool with a puppy. Olivia Starr says probably cheaper to buy a new locking gas cap. Yeah, that would be the, that would be the thought. The challenge is on this vehicle. I'm not sure exactly what gas cap I need. I guess I can just search for a Chevy Tiltmaster gas cap because like this vehicle's part Isuzu NPR, part Chevy Tiltmaster, but it's a rolling chassis from the factory. And so I've just found certain parts are just hard to decipher. Probably this one. Oops, I need to type in locking gas cap. Also, the W4500 is another thing that some of these. It's kind of a crapshoot sometimes. It's just some things fit, some things don't. And then maybe this one. Anyway, I'll have to look into it another time. Figure it out. Oh, what else we got? Nobody's gonna siphon your gas in South County. I leave my door unlocked, my front door. Holy cow. Stefan says, hope you're doing great. The mapping is cool. Where are you going after Costa Mesa? The Taco Bell dog would be cool. Yo quiero Taco Bell. I remember those ads. You guys remember the Taco Bell Chihuahua? Yo quiero Taco Bell. Yeah, gas ain't gonna be cheap. I'm not looking forward to it, but it's all just part of the journey, man. Real Cruise, Real Cruise. You're in. Are you in Pennsylvania? The mark that I am setting the keychain to is in Pennsylvania. At the beginning of the chat, I mentioned I went to try to mail all these packages out this week, and they told me it's too small. I didn't even think about that when I bought these on Amazon. I just bought them because they were just the right size for the keychains. They told me they're too small, so I had to get bigger packages to transfer these into. And then I got some labels for the printer so I don't have to hand write everything out. Anyway, so I'm going to resend these this week. So all you guys that I announced last week, you're going to have to wait another week. I apologize. It's just one of those things, but I'll get them out to you this week for sure now that I have the printer fired up. But the mark I'm sending a keychain to is in Pennsylvania. So I don't know where you're at, Cruz, but if that's you, then maybe next week you'll get it. Eco says, time to take another drink. It's on the list. Yeah, you guys could make a drinking game out of it. Real Cruz says post office should be happy people even mail stuff. Is that you, Cruz? Are you? Yeah, that's you. Yeah. So that is you, brother. I got you. I got a keychain for you, Pennsylvania. I got to send it out this week. So you'll be getting it, bro. Appreciate the support, man. You've been around for a long time, brother. Happy you're still watching the content. And I'm happy you got a box truck, brother, man. Even though you thought you were buying a 12 and you got a 14. Happy to have you in the box truck crew, my man. Doberman Pinscher. Oh, my goodness. Getting a attack dog. Buy Amazon Prime. Keep returning until you get the right one. Yeah, I could do that. If you can live rent-free in Irvine while I'm dropping $5,000 a month on rent, I will probably cry. I got to tell you guys, honestly, the main reason that cities are outlawing vehicle dwelling, and it's not just cities, it's like states, it's the government, everyone's trying to outlaw it. And it's because of this exact reason. They don't want people finding low-cost housing alternatives. They want everybody renting. They want everyone on monthly payments. It's their dream. Even if you own your property, you're paying property taxes. That's your payment to the government. So everybody wants you just paying something monthly to live. In fact, what's crazy is I was talking to my tax guy, because technically my tax residence is my dad's house here in Arizona for tax purposes. And, the government, they always want all this information, and they wanted to know my tax guy says, well, the government wants to know whether you own or rent. And I said, I don't do either. I don't own or rent. This is just tell the government I live in my dad's house. And he said that's like, they don't have that option. They basically, you have to either own or rent. And they want to tax you on that. So I thought that was kind of crazy. Even like living at my parents' house on paper, I'm still supposed to be paying rent, which is it's mind blowing. Anyway, so yeah, I think that's part of the reason they're cracking down, is they don't want people finding loopholes. And the reality is, the streets in California, if they were just cool with van life, like, yeah, dude, no problem, do what you want. The housing market in California would probably collapse. Everybody would just be living in vehicles, and it would turn into a nightmare. So, what are you going to do? Female president says, let me name the dog. Well, what suggestions do you have? HBA Dave says, our gas is only $5.81. Name your dog Maddie. That way you can call her Nomad. Nomad Mad. That's a tongue twister. Nomad Mad. Olivia has a chihuahua named Princess. She says it looks like the Taco Bell dog. I feel like Princess has got to be a top 5 name for chihuahuas. Princess has got to be top 5 names for a chihuahua. That's hilarious. Jax says, my friend's Ford truck doesn't even have a gas cap. Interesting. E-Bike Van Life says, live with family is the right classification, I believe. Yeah, it's just crazy. I was just talking with him, and, he was just mentioning, like, there's just technically what the government wants, right? Technically, they want you, paying some type of rent, which is wild. How many solar panels would it take to charge an EV? It would take a lot. It would take a lot. A lot. I know a guy that does it. He has a school bus, and he has he has like 4,000 watts of solar, something crazy. He has the whole roof filled, and he has like awnings that slide out on either side that's full of panels. He has almost 4,000 watts. It takes a lot. Pop Culture says it would be faster to take Yuma to San Diego and then take the 5. I agree, it would be faster. I'm not interested in faster. I'm interested in what's going to be a better nomad experience. And taking the 5 to San Diego and then going up or taking 8 to San Diego and going up the 5 is pretty boring. And I've done that drive so many times over the last 3 years, I'm sick of it. So I prefer going up west of Salton Sea through Coachella. It's a cool drive, and there's a ton of spots to stealth camp on the way. There's multiple Planet Fitnesses. It's a good drive. It's a good drive, baby. I looked at Google Maps. The travel time, it's only like a 40-minute difference. So we ain't worried about the fastest. That's the thing with this lifestyle, man. You ain't worried about the fastest. You're worried about the best route for nomad activities. The best route for nomad activities is going up through Coachella. Jax Smarts says, get a dog that doesn't bark much. Absolutely. Yeah, Bostons are known to not be barkers. The 2 I've had rarely barked. They definitely were not yappers. The only time they would bark was like in a real situation where you would want them to bark, right? So yeah, they're good. They're a good choice for that. They're not yapper. I can't live with a yapper. Can't do it. My favorite place in the world is Prime Des I can't even pronounce that. Desha landfill in Capistrano. It's the size of an East Coast county. You should check it out. That's crazy to me. Landfill. Are you kidding? Why would that be your favorite place in the world? Here it is. Here it is. We got it on the maps. What do you like about this place? Is it a good view? Is it up at elevation? I've heard San Juan Capistrano is a beautiful place. I'm curious why the landfill is your favorite spot. Let's see, can we drop the man? We can drop the man. Let's see if there's a view. Yeah, we got some rolling hills. We got some rolling hills. That's not bad. I wonder if it smells though. Being by a landfill, that's kind of crazy. I'm curious why that's your favorite spot. Mom had a Chihuahua that only barked at snakes. That's pretty nice. I feel like Chihuahuas can be kind of yappers. They can be super like kind of nervous dogs. Not all of them, but some of the ones I've met, can be kind of barkers and kind of territorial. Olivia Starr says, speaking of princesses, why do I have a crown next to my name? Yeah, so that crown just you have the crown and then the number 3, Olivia. That just designates you're like the top 3 commenter within the live stream. So that's nothing to be ashamed of. That just means you're actively participating. I do appreciate that. When is Tiny Fest? Yeah, I'll be doing a live stream from Tiny Fest. It is April 18th and 19th are the dates. You can buy tickets on their website, tinyfest.events, and you can use code word Brad to save, I believe, $5 off a ticket if you guys want to come down, see what's happening. I think E-Bike Van Life is going to be there too. Oh, you can see the ocean. You find awesome stuff there. I do construction. Okay, I get it. So from the landfill, you got ocean views and you can find good stuff. Yeah, I'm sure, especially in California, I'm sure a lot of stuff gets thrown out that's, cool and reusable, right? So yeah, that's cool, man. I get it. That makes sense. I'm with you. In fact, when I went to the dump back in Oregon, I would go to the dump a lot when I was living in Eugene, and sometimes I'd find some cool stuff there. You kind of like throw it back in the truck, take it home with you. My brother and his wife have 6 Chihuahuas. Oh my goodness, that definitely sounds like too many. I have 3 Chihuahuas. They're yappers and ankle biters. We can't have any of that. Yeah, as a nomad, the thing is, I'm always in new places, and there's often gonna be, like new people, unfamiliar people, strangers, and so I need a dog that's super low key with strangers. And the last 2 Bostons I had were both super mellow and friendly. I can't risk having a dog that's gonna like bite somebody. That's no good. No good for the lifestyle. So I definitely need a friendly dog. Although I think part of it is how you raise them. I don't think it's all the breed. I think part of it is, if you train them to be friendly. And so that's what I always try to do. Yeah, E-Bike Van Life says he'll be there. So E-Bike Van Life is going to be at Tiny Fest if you want to talk with him. If you want to get in line for a project, maybe have a mini split installed or an RV5, or you want to give Ted a pet, you know what I'm saying? Give him a little pet, a little scratch under his chin. You can meet the man there in the flesh. Tiny Fest, Costa Mesa, California. And then from there, I think we're gonna roll out and do a little traveling. E-Bike Van Life says it's kind of like a free table. That's hilarious. Yeah, it kind of can be. It definitely can be. Oh, dog names. One person says Callie because she'll be adopted from California. The other is Bean. You like coffee, and it's a cool name. Yeah, I actually knew. I met a nomad in San Diego that had a. What was it? Like a beagle? No, a dachshund hound. I think it was a dachshund. She had a dachshund named Bean. It was pretty cute. It was a cute name. It was a cute name. Karen Morris says Ted is so sweet and calm. Ted is. Ted is probably the most chill dog I've ever met. He is just so easygoing, so laid back. So laid back. Get a Tibetan Mastiff. Oh my goodness. Jason Trump says, what's up? I'm in Boise, Idaho, working on my 40-foot Fleetwood Discovery. Working at Micron chip plant. There you go. That sounds like a good job, man. Congratulations. Good luck on the 40-foot Fleetwood. Hopefully you're just doing a little light modifications, little renovations or something. Diana dropped her email again if you guys want information about the her shuttle bus that is for sale. You can email her down there. It is in the chat. Send her an email and find out about her shuttle bus. It is located in Missouri. But it's a pretty good deal price-wise, so it might be the right rig for you. Fly in, drive it home, start a build-out. One thing I do like about a shuttle bus is you don't have to install doors or steps or windows. All the hard work is already done for you. You can get a shuttle bus, throw in some flooring, throw in your cabinets, and drive off into the sunset. So if you are looking to DIY something, I would say a shuttle bus is the easiest way to go, and you get a lot of space. And that's speaking from experience. I did build out a shuttle bus about 3 vehicles ago, lived in it for a while, traveled between Oregon and Arizona, and overall it was a good platform and pretty roomy. I think it was like a little over 6 feet, maybe like 6'2" in height. So yeah, I like a shuttle bus. It's definitely a good choice. Easy, affordable. I would definitely take a shuttle bus over a van any day, that's for sure. No hate on the vans, just personally, I like the space. All right, guys. Well, I think we're going to wrap it up there. We're going to call it an early night. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. I hope you took something away from the live stream. I just wanted to show you guys how I find stealth camping spots. As you can see here tonight, we found 3 pretty good candidates just within 15 minutes of browsing Google Maps. And so you guys can apply the same skill set to wherever you're at, whether you're in Georgia or Florida or Oregon or Massachusetts. You know, pull up Google Maps, go to satellite view, look for a commercial area, and just see what looks good from the street view or from the satellite view, and then you can drop the little man, go into street view and look around. So I hope that helps you guys out. I hope you got something from the live stream. And we have probably maybe one more live stream until I hit the road to California, maybe 2, I'm not sure yet, but it's coming up quick. So I hope to see you guys in at Tiny Fest if you can make it. Costa Mesa, California, April 18th and 19th. E-Bike Van Life is going to be there. And that's it for me. So I appreciate you guys for watching. I'll see you on the next one. This is Nomad Brad signing out.